Shalom, shalom, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome back to the next session of reading Shalom. The next session, man. We out here. I'm out here. Ooh, I hope you doing good. Trying to find a good location for. A good location for my phone to be. Today we're going to jump back into Miss Zora Neale Hurston's book, Mules and Men. We are on chapter 8. Chapter 8 today. It don't look like it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a short one. Or a shorter one. And then I got to get back to carving, man. Got to get to carving. I'm making some chess pieces today. My little dude. I got to finish him. I gotta finish my bow. I gotta finish all of them. This is my original card. So I gotta make some big ones. Some big ones like that. 8 of them. Got 8 of them. Oh, look at the foots. Got a bunch of feet. We'll get to it later though. Maybe I might stream me carving some of that. I don't know. But anyway. Reading Miss Zora's book got me thinking about carving these, about the old, I think I'm gonna call these folk, country folk. Country folk or hillbillies. One country folk or hillbillies. Anyway, Miss Zora Neale Hurston's Mules and Men, chapter 8. Hey, come on in. Let's get to going. Let's get to going today. Hope everybody's had a wonderful night. Hope everybody has, arose out of a slumber. Thankful, humble, grateful, for being able to see, hear, speak, feel, and all the senses that you do have today. Because if you have all them senses today, then you have everything you need to succeed for today, for the day. And let's succeed, baby. Let's succeed. Start off your day strong. Feed your mind first. Hey, shalom, Mahara. Miss Hara. I don't know if it's a miss or mister. Shalom. Ooh. Well, let's get started. Let's get started with Ms. Zora Neale Hurston. Let me get my sheet. Just in case I gotta look up some words. Agent, what up? Chapter 8 of Mules and Men. Mules and Men by Ms. Zora Neale Hurston. My beard looks scruffy this morning. Scruffy beard. All right. Chapter 8. Y'all been telling and lying about all these varmints, but you ain't yet spoke about the high chief boss of all the world, which is the lion, Sack Daddy commented. He's the king of the beasts, but he ain't no king of the world now, Sack Dad Boykin spoke up. He thought he was the king till John gave him a straightening. Of course, I agree with you that everybody can show the lion no deep point, but John showed it to him. Oh yeah, John not only straightened him out, he showed that old lion the way in. When did he do all this, Dad? He ain't never heard tell of that, Dad spoke up. Oh, this was way before your time, my boy. I don't recollect. Yes, sir, how can I help you? I think by the time it is done, our stuff will be here. My stomach doing? No, sir, it will not. No, sir. You have to wait days. Oh, this was way before your time. I don't recollect myself. The old folks told me about John the lion. Well, John was riding along one day, straddling of his horse, when this grizzly bear come prancing out of the middle of the road and hollered, "Hold on a minute. They tell me you going around strolling in that y'all and that you's the king of the world." John stopped his horse. "Whoa, yeah, I'm the king of the world. Don't you believe it?" John told him, "Nah, you ain't no king. I'm the king of the world. You can't be no king till you with me. Get down and fight." John hit the ground and the fight started. First, John grabbed him a rough, dried brick and started to work the fat off that bear's head. The bear just fumbled around till he got a good hold, and then he began to squeeze and squeeze. John knew he couldn't stand that much longer. Do he be just another man with his breath gonna give out? So he reached out his pocket and got out his razor and slipped in between that bear's ribs. The bear turned loose and reeled over in the bushes until lay down. He had enough of that fight. John got back on his horse and rode on off. The lion smelled the bear's blood and come running to where the grizzly was laying and started to lap in his blood. The bear was scared. The lion was going to eat him while he was cut all up, bleeding nearly to death. So he hollered and said, "Please, don't touch me, brother lion. I don't meet the king of the world. I done met the king of the world and he done cut me all up." The lion got his bristles all up and clashed down at the bear. "Don't you lay there and tell me you done met the king of the world and not be talking about me. I'll tear you to pieces." "Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me, brother lion. Please let me alone so I can get well." "Well, don't you call nobody no king of the world but me. But brother lion, I done met the king sure enough. Wait till you see him and you'll say I'm right. Now I won't neither. Show him to me and I'll show you how much king he is." "All right, brother lion, you just have a seat right behind these bushes. He'll be here before long." Lion squatted down by the bear and waited. First person he saw going up the road was an old man. Lion jumped up and asked the bear, "Is that him?" Bear said, "Nah, that's Uncle Yesterday. He's a used to be. Uncle Yesterday, he's a used to be." After a while, a little boy passed down the road. The lion seen him and jumped out again. "Is that him?" he asked the bear. The bear told him, "Nah, that's Lil Tomorrow. He's gonna be. You just lay quiet. I'll let you know when he gets here." Sure enough, after a while, here come John on his horse, but he had done got his gun. Lion jumped out again and asked, "Is this him?" "Is this him?" "Is this him?" The bear says, "Yeah, that's him. That's the king of the world." Lion reared up and cracked his tail back and forth like a bullwhip. "He's low. You wait till I get through with him, and you won't be calling him no king no more." He took a gallop out of the middle of the road, right in front of John's horse, and laid his ears back. His tail was cracking like torpedoes. "Stop!" the lion hollered at John. "Then tell me you goes for the king. They tells me you goes for the king of the world." John looked him dead in the ball of his eye and told him, "Yeah, I'm the king. Don't you like it? Don't you take it? Here's my collar. Come and shake it." John want all the smoke. John want all the smoke. "Here's my collar. Come and take it." Come and shake it. The lion and John eyeballed one another for a minute or two. Then the lion sprung up on John. Talk about fighting? Man, you ain't seen no such fighting and wrestling since the morning stars sung together. The lion clawed at her and bit John, and John bit him right back. Way after a while, John got to his rifle, and he up with the muzzle right in old lion's face and pulled the trigger. Long, slim, black fella snatch a backer and her a bella. Dog damn. That was too much for the lion. He turned go of John and willed to run into the woods. John leveled down on him again and let him have another load right in his hindquarters. Right in the ass. Right in his hindquarters. That old lion gave John the bookity book. He hauled the fast mare back into the woods where the bear was laid up. Moreover, he told the bear, I want to lay down too. Push over, bear. Push over. Oh, the king done got me. How come? The bear asked him. I done met the king of the world, and he done run me. And he done ruined me. Bruh lion, how you know you done met the king? Cause he made lightning in my face and thunder in my hips. I'm gonna put lightning in your face, nigga. You want lightning in your face and thunder in your hips? You come across that line, I'm gonna take you a trip. Because he made lightning in my face and thunder in my hips. And I know I done met the king. Moreover, that line of yours done brought up a high wind, said Jim Allen, measuring the weather with his eyes. With his eye. Look a little bit like rain. Tain't gonna rain. But the wind's too high for fish to bite. Let's go back, suggesting Presley. All them that caught fish got fish. All them that didn't got another chance. All them that didn't got another chance. Everybody began to gather up things. The bait cans were kicking over so the worms could find homes. The strings of fish were tied to pole ends. When John Wiley went to pull up his string of fish, he found a water moccasin still in them, and the men made a great ceremony of killing it. Then they started away from the water. Cliff had a long string of fish. Look, Grandpa, he said, I reckon you satisfied, ain't you?
My scores not cutting on.
What? Excuse me.
It was glitching. It was glitching, and then they turned black, and then it keeps coming on and off.
Okay, well, you're going to have to wait, son. I only have a couple of pages left. 3, 4 pages. So this is what we're going to do. Go ahead and finish eating your peach. After you finish eating your peach, bring me your math book. Bring me your math book.
The math book, the blue math book where I write my numbers on?
The one that you're going to need for your school, for your homeschool. Bring your math book. Tell DJ to get it for you. He knows which one it is. Not right now. Wait till after you finish eating that peach, though. I don't want your peachy fingers all over that book. Matter of fact, just bring me your books. Bring me the first 3. Bring me the first 3 books. Yes, sir, the first 3. Bring me the first 3 books out the box. Sure, I'm satisfied. I must got cat blood in me. Because I never gets tired of fish. I knows how to eat them too. And that's something everybody don't know. Oh, anybody can eat fish, said Joe Willard. Yeah, Jim conceded grudgingly. Then they can eat it, but they can't get the real refreshment out of the meat like they ought to. If you can get any more refreshments off a fish bone than me, you must be got two necks and a gang of bellies, said Larkins. You see, went on Jim, y'all ain't got into the technical apex of the business. You know, when y'all see a great big platter of fried fish, y'all just grab hold of a fish and bite him any which way, and that's wrong. That's good enough for me, declared Willard emphatically. Anywhere and any place I catch a fish, I'm ready to bite him, keeping he's raw, excepting he's raw. Me too. You know, see that, cried Jim, exasperated. Exasperated. Yeah, excuse me. Yes, I want the first three. Yes. Oh, yeah, the first three on the top. This wasn't the first three on top. Okay, this is not it. Give me his writing book. Give me his writing book. Hey. And give me his math book as well. His writing book and his math book.
Why do all the numbers and this comes after?
Yes, sir. Here you go. Yes, sir. And the one that you said that you had done yesterday, your writing book that you had done your letter O, the letter O that you wrote, make sure you get that. Bring that book here to me. Bring that book and bring your math book. That's, yes, sir. Not this one. That's not the math book I want. I want the math book, the big one, the one like this. Math, the arithmetic one. Give me that. Give me that one. Give me that one. Yeah. Yes, sir. Give me the other one. Come here, man. All right, let's go. That's what you're gonna do today. And look, man, these letters need to be better than what you got. Yes, I homeschool. All right. This is what you're going to work on today. W. And you see what I told you about finishing. You need to finish both sides of the paper. Both sides, sir. So do all the W's, finish them, trace, do the same. Name on the top. Match the letters. W with the W, J with the J. Finish tracing and writing. Both pages. You understand?
Yes, sir.
How many pages do you have to do?
3?
That's correct. 3 of them. That is correct. 3. 3 pages in this one. And then let me see your math. Yes, sir. That's the right one. Let me see. All right, you do this page. All right. Circle 11. How many?
11 cats?
That's right. 11 cats, 11. Circle 11. 11 of them.
On each one?
Yes, sir. Circle 11. 11 cats. Circle 11 yarn. 11 balls of yarn. Then, what number is this?
4.
What number?
4.
Okay, it shows you how to write the number 4, even though you know how to write it already. Trace, follow the directions. Trace, write. Understand?
Yes, sir.
If you need help, come on back. I'll come back with this. Once you get trace at the bottom, trace and write. Once you get through this, bring it back. I should be done reading by that time. By the time I'm done reading, then I'll go ahead and call out the numbers that need to be called out to you. Make sure this is written correctly. Take your time. Do not rush through your writing, because if you do, it's going to be erased and you're going to do it all over again in another day. So take your time, son. 1, 2, 3. 3 pages. Do the 3 pages. Here you go. DGC, put this back where it goes. You get your book. I want you to write your numbers. Start writing them from 1 to 100. You got it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Please put that away for us. So, thank you. All right. My bad. Let's get back to reading. Multitask. Anywhere and any place I catch a fish, I'm ready to bite him, excepting he's raw. And me too. See that? Jim cried, exasperated. You young folks is just like a parcel of crows in a corn patch. Everybody talking at one time. Ain't nary one of you tried to learn how to eat a fish right. How you eat 'em, Mr. Allen? Gene Oliver asked to pacify him. Well, after your hands is washed and the blessing is said, you look at the fried fish, but you don't grab it. First thing, you choose a piece of cornbread for your plate, which you're looking cornbread for your plate, whilst you're looking to platter over for a nice fat perch, or maybe it's trout. Nobody with any manners or house raising don't take the fork and turn over every fish in the dish or order to pick the best one. You does that with your eye whilst you're choosing your pone bread. Now, then take your fork and stick straight at the fish you done chose. And if somebody asks you to take two, you say, "No, ma'am, I thank you." Then you'll do the right thing. Then you'll do for right now. This a do for right now. I guess will be one. You see, if you got too many fishes on your plate at once, folks, you can't lay them out proper. So you take one fish at a time. Then you turn them over and take your fork and straight at the tail. Lift the meat all off the bone, clear up to the head. Don't misplace the bone. You eat that with some bread, not a whole heap of bread, just enough to keep you from swallowing the fish before you enjoy the consequences. When you threw on that side of the fish, turn them over on the other side and do the same on the other side. Don't eat his head. Shove them into one side till you threw with all the fish from the platter. Then, when there ain't no more fish with sides to them, you reach back and pull them heads before you and start at the back of the head, fish neck, and eat right on through to the jawbones. Now then, if it's summertime, go sit on the porch and rest yourself in the cool. And if it's wintertime, go get in front of the fireplace and warm yourself. Now, I done told you right. A whole heap of people talks about fish eating. Yes, sir. Eat your peach first. I do not want them peach. Hey, look. I know, not just that. Eat the peach. Wash your hands, dry your hands, then touch the paper. I do not want them wet peachy hands all over that paper. Do not get it messed up with your dirty hands. It has to be turned in. He's telling right, agreed Dad Boykins. I'm older than he is. Because I was 81 last November, and I was eating fish before Jim was born. But I never did get genuine schooling until Jim showed me, but I teach him something too, didn't I, Jim? Yeah, Daddy, you showed me how to warm myself. There was a great burst of laughter from the young men, but the two old men scowled upon them. You see, Dad said bitingly, you young poops won't listen to nothing. Not a one of you knows how to warm himself right, and you so hard-headed you don't want to be teached. Any fool can lam himself up in the chimbley corner and cook him shins, but when it comes right down to the instruments, yous ain't ignorant. Yous is as ignorant as a hog under a corn tree. He eats and grunts and never look up to see where the acorns is coming from. Dad, please, such teach us how to warm ourselves. Teach us how to warm ourselves, begged Cliff. We all wants to know. Oh, y'all done wasted too much time almost back at the quarters now, and the crowd will be scattering. That's all right, Dad, urged Joe Willard soothingly. You ain't going nowhere till we been teaching by you. Well, then I'll tell you something. The real way to get warm at first is to get a good rocking chair and draw it up to the fire. Don't flop yourself down in it like a cow in the pasture. Draw it right up in the center of the fireplace. Choose that's the best, because that's the best. Some folks love to pile into the chimney corner because they's lazy and feared somebody gonna step on their foots. They don't want to have no trouble shifting them back and forth. But the center is the best place, so take that. You even might have to push and shove a little bit to get there, but that's all right. Go ahead. When you get all your chair all set where you wants it, then you walk up to the mantelpiece and turn your back to the fire. That's to knock the breezes off your back. All the time you was outside in the weather, little breezes and winds is jumping on your back and crawling down your neck to hide. They say right there, if you don't do something to get shit off them, they don't like fires. So when you turn your back to the fire, the inflamed atmosphere goes up under your coattails and runs them winds and breezes out from up there. Sometimes, less than you drive them off, they go to bed with you. Ain't y'all never been so you couldn't get warm that don't care how much kiver you got on, how much kiver you put on you? Many of the time, I've been like that. Well, went on, Dad. That's because some stray breezes have done rolled you to bed. Now, that brings up to the second claw of the subject. You done got rid of the back breezes, so you get in your chair and pull off your shoes and set your sock feet. Now, don't sit there all spraddle-legged and let the heat just hit you any which way. Put your feet right close together so that both of your big toes is side by side. Then you shove them up close to the fire and let them get good and hot. And I know it don't look like it that, but them toes all warm will warm you all over. Oh, that boy right about that. That boy right about that. That boy right about that. If your feet warm, the rest of your body gonna be warm. I know that worked for me. If I'm cold at night, I just throw some socks on. Ooh, I be toasted. Yeah, I believe you was right, Dad, about them warming business. But I wish somebody to tell us how to get cool right now. The party was back in the camp. Everybody began to head for his own shack. See you tonight at the juke. See you tonight at the juke, Jim Presley called to Willard. Don't you and Big Sweet put on no roles now. I hate to see men and women folks fighting. And me too, said Wiley emphatically. If a man can whip his woman and whip her good, all right. But when they don't do nothing but fight, it makes my stomach turn. Well, said Big Jim crisply, if John Willard take to try this few fish he's done caught where he shacked up last night, I'm gonna take my Tampa switchblade knife and I'm gonna round the ham bone looking for meat. Is that so? Joe challenged her. I've been baptized, Papa, and I wouldn't mislead you. Big Sweet told me to his teeth. Hey, Gene Oliver exclaimed. Big Moose done come down from the mountain. I'm going to be at the juke tonight to see what Big Sweet and Ella Wall gonna talk about. Me too. The time is done. The time is done come. Me too. The time has done come where Big Britches gonna fit Lil Willie. Joe Wiley declares significantly. Oh, we's all gonna be there, Larkin said. Say, Big Sweet, Don't let the gator beat you to the pond. Do he give you more trouble than the day is long? So everybody got for home. Back in the quarters, the sun was setting. Plenty women over the cook pot scorching up supper. And lots of them were already through cooking, with the pot shoved to the back of the stove while they put on fresh things and went on out in front of the house to see and be seen. The fishermen began scraping fish, and hot grease began to pop in happy houses. All but the Allens. Mrs. Allen wouldn't have a thing to do with our fish because Mrs. Allen and Clifford had made her mad about the yard. So I fried the fish. She wouldn't touch a bite, but Mr. Allen, Clifford, and I pitched into it. Mr. Allen made heavy eat. Mr. Allen might have eaten by the rules, but Clifford and I went at it rough and tumble with no holds barred. But we did sit down in front on the front porch to rest after the fish was eaten. The men were still coming into the quarters from various parts of the job. The children played shoe round and chick ma chick until Miss Williams called her 4-year-old Frankie and put her to sleep by rocking her and singing Mrs. Frog. It wasn't black dark, but night was peeping around the corner. The quarters was getting alive, wolfing threats and brags up and down the line. 3 figures in the dusk dark detached themselves from the railroad track and came walking into the quarters. A tall, black, grim-faced man with a rusty black ridicule, followed by 2 women. Everybody thought he was a bootlegger and yelled orders to him to that effect. He paid no attention, but set down his bag slowly, opened it still slower, and took out a dog-eared Bible and opened it. The crowd quieted down. They knew he was a traveling preacher, a stump knocker in the language of the job. Some fell silent to listen. Others sucked their teeth and either went back to their houses and went on to the juke. When he had a reasonable amount of attention, he nodded to the woman at his left, and she raised, "Death comes a creeping," and the crowd helped out. At the end, the preacher began. Y'all all done been over in Pentecost, got to feeling spiritual by singing. And now we're going to talk about the women that has taken from man. I take my text from Genesis 2:21. Behold the rib. Now, my beloved, behold means to look and see. Look at this woman God done made. But first thing, I want you to gaze upon God's previous work. Almighty and arisen God, peace giving and prayer hearing God, high riding and strong armored God, walking across his globe creation, wide the blue elements for the helmet, and a wall of fire around his feet. He wakes the sun every morning from his fiery bed with his breath of his smile, and commands the moon with his eyes. And with the eye of faith, I can see him standing out on his eaves of either, breathing clouds from his nostrils, blowing storms from between his lips. I can see his sighs, him seize the mighty axe of his proven power and smite the stubborn standing space, and laid it wide open in his mighty gash, making a place to hold the world. I can see him molding the world out of thought and power and whirling it out of his eternal track. My strong arm God, he said the blood red eye of the sun in the sky and told it, wait there till SHILO come. I can see him mold the mighty mountains and melting the skies into seas. Oh, behold, and I look and see. We see in the beginning, he made the beasts, every one after his kind. The birds that fly, the trackless air, the fishes that swim the mighty deep, male and female, ha! Then he took off the dust of the earth, and he made man in his own image, and man was alone. Even the lion had a mate. So God shook his head, and 1,000-mile diamonds flew out from his glittering crown. He stubbed the evening sky and made the stars. So God put Adam into a deep sleep, and he took out a bone, and it said to it was a rib. Behold the rib, a bone out of a man's right side. So he put the man to sleep and made one man. A man and one man been sleeping together ever since. Behold the rib. Brothers of God, he taken the bone out of a man's head. He would have meant for women to rule. If he had taken the bone out of his foot, he would have meant for us to dominize and rule. He could have made her out of the backbone, and then she would have been behind us. But no, God Almighty, he took the bone out of his side. So that placed the woman beside us. God knowed his own mind. Behold the rib. And now I leave this thought with you. Let us all go marching up to the gates of glory. Tramp, tramp, tramp. And step with the host that John saw, male and female, like God made us, side by side. Oh, behold the real. And let's all sit down in glory together, right round his glorified throne, and praise his name forever. Amen. At the end of the sermon, the woman on the preacher's left raised by listening all the night long, and the preacher descended from his fiery cloud and lifted the collection in his hat. The singer switched to, "You can't hide, sinners, you can't hide." The sparse contribution taken, the trio drifted back into the darkness of the railroad, walking towards Kissimmee. Whew. And that was chapter 8. That was chapter 8 of Mules and Men by Ms. Zora Neale Hurston. Ms. Zora Neale Hurston. Man, I was getting mad. My side was hurting trying to talk like a preacher right there. I ain't gonna lie, man. Oh, I was feeling it. Like I couldn't breathe. It was getting tight. I can't talk like that. That's not good. Man, I don't know which one I'd have been in. I don't know, man. I think I might have went to the jukes. I might have went to the jukes with everybody else. When knowing that, you know, okay, like, you know, like I said, it was a traveling preacher. So, you know, traveling preachers, they know, I guess they know in them days, they know. So knowing that the traveling preacher at the end of his sermon, he gonna pull that hat out for a plate to pass around, you know. So I probably would have went to the jukes. Oh Lord, here go this nigga. Come on, hurry up, let's go, Tony. Let's go before he get to talking. You know, once he get to preaching. Once he get to preaching. Oh, the juk. I guess the juk to me, you know, I take the juk as like a hole in the wall, like the hole in the wall, or, you know, the spot that everybody hit up to, like in life. Whenever they went, met, I'm looking for Slim, found him. They be like, "What's going on down there?" Well, that down there, that's Natchez under the hill. You know, I think Natchez under the hill was like a juk, you know, a juk. You know, you need to go on down there, man. They got women, booze, gambling. They got everything down there in Natchez under the hill. Oh man. Sound like good fun times. Fun times down there at the juke, all the hole in the wall. You know, shit. Good times, good times. Yeah, but thinking about them country folk, like I say, made me think about whittling some old chess pieces. But I don't know what I'm gonna call them, man. I don't know what I'm gonna call them yet. The hillbillies, the folks. I might call them the folks. I gotta figure out a name for the chessboard. The folks. You gotta go country head. I gotta finish the arms. I gotta finish his shoes. That boy got a club foot. Oh, Miss Zora. See, back in the day, if I would have been with Big Sweet and them down there by the water, fishing and stuff, while I'm fishing, I probably would have been whittling or carving, whittling. This is whittling. I guess it's whittling. I've been whittling stuff, whittling things, carving shit. I'd have found me old nice piece of branch or something. That's what's up, Ira. Well, you around the area. They from Florida, Louisiana, Georgia, South, pretty much all the same. So I'm pretty sure, some of the sayings. That's why I can't wait to get to the hoodoo part, which is part 2. The first part is good. It's great stuff, especially this. Man, I like this. The line, the king of the jungle. But a lot of stuff I see my grandfather. I can think now, like I hear my little brother. Some of the stuff I read, I hear my little brother speaking, because my little brother is more entrenched in things than I was. When I got older, I left and went to the military, and from going to the military, I would say it halted. It halted my folklorish growth. Always been in the field, always been in the swamp and in the woods and stuff. Always been that, but it's things that I would have only been able to be taught once I became older, or once I became a man. But that time when I would have been taught that, like my brother was, man, I was out in Iraq or in the army fighting, trying to survive. So I come back and tell stories. Talk grammar and literary, yeah. So, but my brother, when I listen to my brother talk, and he tells stories that I know he got from my grandfather, then I hear my grandfather talk sometime, and I hear all praises. Only then my eating got out. 2 tours, I'm gone. I'm out. 2 tours blown up. I'm out of here. Yeah. And listen to my grandfather now, him watching, it's a blessing. There was definitely a great thing to be able to see him at 91 with my sons, his great grandsons, and he's showing them things that I'm seeing for the first time in my life, and I'm trying to gather up everything I can gather, all the little, so-say, folklore tales, all the little tidbits of knowledge that he has, on how to garden. It's things that he knows just by seeing. I remember one time he was in my yard and I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't understand why or how I knew something was wrong. And he came and explained exactly what was wrong. And it clicked. It clicked. I'm like, you're right. That's what it is. I couldn't figure it out, but that's exactly what it was. See, my grandfather, he could tell. I've been, the seasons have been off. The seasons have been off, and I can tell by my trees that the seasons are off. I have a couple of pear trees, and I have a pear tree, and my pear tree is sprouting during the winter, which is not supposed to be. I have pecan trees. Pecan trees sprout during the spring, the beginning of spring. Pecan trees start to sprout. And there was one time one of my pecan trees was sprouting. I mean sprouting, man. Looked like it's about to grow some pecans around here. And my papa said, "What's that? Man, grab that branch." And I knew exactly which branch he talking about because I'll be passing and looking at it every day thinking, man, that thing not supposed to be doing that. And I broke the branch off and gave it to him. He's like, "Oh yeah, man, something wrong here." He said, "This branch ain't supposed to be sprouting right now." But it is what it is. Learn something. Take the time. Listen to the older folks. Listen. There's so many great things that they have. So much knowledge that they have, that you might not think it's useful today, but it still is. It is still useful today, Man, so let's keep pushing. Learn what you can learn. Keep pushing, learn, and grow from different things. Let's read and see what we can learn and grow from in the different books that we read. One book at a time, one session at a time, one chapter at a time, one section at a time, one paragraph at a time, little by little, line upon line, until we finish each book that we can finish, until we continue to grow and move ourselves out of the positions into a better position, a better us, a better me, a better you, a better we. And like somebody told me yesterday, that since colored folks is reading the world going in, I'm going to keep doing my part, baby, to make the world end. Every book I read, the world come closer to freedom. Freedom. So let me get out here and keep ending the world. With reading, baby. With reading. And I'm going to read. Unfortunately. Once again, Zora, Neale, Hurston, Mules, and Men. And we'll come back next time with chapter 9. We'll come back next time. Hey, we almost, it has 10 chapters. 10, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. 10 chapters until we get to section 2 or part 2. So we only got 2 more chapters. We only have 2 more chapters till we get to part 2 of the book, which is Hoodoo. We're definitely almost halfway through the book. And I like that. I like that we're moving along. We're moving along really well. Really well. And the next book I'm going to read, I don't want to start talking about it already, but we're going to read my brother Azaniah's book. We're going to read my brother Azaniah's book next. Who bless you? Who bless you? We'll jump into this one after Mules and Men. Who blessed you? Yep. Free and land. I ain't got to pay no rent. Oh, no child support. Oh, Lord. No fucked up food. No fucked up water. Oh, Lord. Freedom. Freedom. Oh, I'm going to read books and bring down the world. If that's what's going to cause the world to end, let me keep reading. Read all day. Read all night. I'm going to keep on reading. In the world. Do my part. Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought that was my job title? World Ender. When they said Oppenheimer, I have become destroyer of worlds. By reading, baby, I have become the destroyer of worlds by reading. Ooh, look at this power. Look at this 5D. They talk about, everybody about to get their superpowers and shit. Look at my superpower. Oh, my superpower is reading. Well, what is this book about? What is this book about? This book is about Who Blessed You? 3 relationships that transformed my life. Speak unto the children of Israel. curated by George Fraser and Stan Matthews and Azaniah Israel. My brother right there. Now, who bless you? Who is revealing, instructive, and sobering, a rich source of insights and solutions. Thank you all for masterclass, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, author of Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. Written from the heart, mind, spirit, and personal experiences, Who is a roadmap for securing the right mentors and coaches in our life. A must-read for those seeking success. Dr. George Fraser, the author of Success Runs in Our Race. And Who affirms that your network is your net worth, and that your influence and your affluence are always in alignment. Stan Matthews, founder and CEO, Matthews Business Network. So I assume it's a book about who are Azaniah was one, and another Uzziah from True Spirit were two old brothers who told me that, you are, what they say, you take your 5 friends or the 5 people you're around most, and yes sir, and those 5 people will show you, who you are. They'll show you who you are. They'll show you your, what type of friends you have, what type of finances you have based upon your friends and the friends you keep. So I think it's similar along those same lines, based upon the men and people that you have around you, the mentors, the people you decide to follow and help. It's how it's going to shape you. It's how it's going to shape you. Or it's a story of how these people have shaped them, and maybe what you may need to do to help if you want to change certain things in your life. Part of the change that you need to have is who you surround yourself with. So if you want to stop smoking crack, you can't keep yourself around crackheads. You got to remove yourself from that. And whatever it is, you want to stop being a hoe, you can't be around hoe and hoe shit. You want to start being a whoremonger, can't be around men who always want to be out there chasing pussy. Some of these tasks may be hard, but you change yourself, you have to change your surroundings, and you have to change the people who you allow in your surroundings. Otherwise, you'll continue with the same pattern, the same habits, the same thing, looking for a different outcome. Yeah, but that was today's reading, man. Oh, let me put my book back. And then after that, I still want to read this Medical Apartheid. We'll see. We'll take it one book at a time. 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 Like I said, man, that was it for today, man. Until we get back. Till next time. If I feel like reading later on, I might, I'll come on a little later, man. I might come on a little later if I'm bored. If I'm done carving, we're gonna see. I'm about to get to carving. After I'm done carving, we might start. I gotta figure it out, man. We might start 2 Samuel today. Might start 2 Samuel and see what's going down with 2 Samuel. Yeah, that's familiar. Yeah, that's what the business is. Till next time, man. Appreciate you sticking with me, Ira. Appreciate it. Appreciate the commentary and the back and forth on the chat. Does wonders for the page. Let's keep it growing. Let's keep it growing and growing. All right, until next time. SHILO out, man. I'm out here. SHILO. Shalom, everybody. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, man. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Yeah. Get y'all stuff done. Exercise. Make a move. Get your lazy ass up. Push the weight off you. I'm about to get my push-ups in. Gotta do about 1,000. Ooh, I'm gonna be here. At least 400. At least 400. But after that, it's time to get. I gotta go homeschool. I gotta go to homeschool. I gotta go check work. Do work. That's what I gotta do. Homeschool. But until then, man, shalom, everybody. I'm out, y'all.